So many business owners feel like they're already behind on AI. You see the headlines, you hear the hype, and it feels like everyone else is miles ahead. The truth is, you're not late, you're early. This is a clip from the SME Growth podcast, where I had a brilliant conversation about how AI is really being used in business right now. The full episode is linked in the description.
I think the beautiful thing that's happened with AI is that there has been a moment in the minds of many, I think British businesses, our American customers usually are much more tech focused, tech forward, but especially in the UK, they have suddenly got this idea that AI can do anything and they can dream, and they come to us with the dream and we say, you know what, we don't even need AI for this. This has been possible for a long time, but let's look at the idea, how can we use technology to
So actually
this?
AI has almost acted like a key in that sense of unlocking other things. It doesn't need to be an AI application, but it's allowed people to think better, bigger.
AI is a tool, and I think we will experience a bubble popping, a hype bubble popping around AI. And those products that will fail, or those new services that will fail, will be the ones that use AI as the core of its service for the sake of AI. The only job you have as an entrepreneur in business is find a painful problem that someone's willing to pay to have solved and solve it. If your AI enables you to do that better, great. If it is just a fancy AI tool because you were thinking that you were behind,
then you're selling the hype.
And
back to the Gartner hype cycle, which was another one of our podcasts, the trough of disillusionment.
Yes, I'm always talking about the trough of and I think we are probably tipping ever so slightly with the release of GPT-5 and people going, actually, Sam Altman was asking for $1 trillion to build nuclear power plants, to build data centers. Should we be? I think the conversation is switching. The trend of disruption with AI will quietly march on through that hype cycle up and down. But that's what we get businesses to direct their attention to is AI is a tool that allows you to do what you do in a more remarkable way.
And for once, you don't have to be in the leading edge of creating the tool, right? There are going to be some very rich companies out there, like OpenAI and all the other lot that are going to do very well. But the relevance to our world, these SMEs, is that actually it's learning how to use this new tool well in a normal environment. It's remarkably low cost. It doesn't have to be as risky as some of the more scaremongery sort of chats about it all needs to be. It's not going to take over the world or kill people just yet anyway. So certainly in a business environment, we're just talking about a common sense tool, just like maybe when spreadsheets first came out or just mainframes, PCs. And this is just another one of those steps that enables new things to happen.
It is a tool that you will use. We call AI an accelerant. It won't replace you. It will accelerate you, and it will make those who do financial analysis do more deeper financial analysis more quickly, and you will outpace those people who don't have that training. I think, yes, there is a lot of fear about AI taking over the world and destroying all jobs. I don't see that coming true, at least in the short term. Predicting the future is a silly game because inevitably you always are wrong. It's hard to predict the trend while you're in it, but certainly from working very closely with AI, we don't go into a company and get them to get rid of their department. Our question fundamentally is, who are your best people? What are they doing when they are most impactful? What gets in the way of them doing that impactful work? Let's automate that with AI.
So get the rubbish out of the way and let them do more of what they're good at.
Yeah, exactly.
So you work with a lot of SMEs in particular. What would you say is the current state of adoption generally across the board from the perspective you have?
We did a presentation to 40 businesses 2 weeks ago where we took a short poll of hands. Who's used ChatGPT? Who's got a Claude account for personal productivity? 40 out of 40, every single person. I think in the world of entrepreneurship, the world of business, actually adoption is very good on those kind of out-of-the-box tools. Then we asked the follow-up question, who has built an agent or automated a process fully with a piece of AI in their business? 39 people put their hands down. One person had their hand up. And it's interesting because there's so much fear in the world of business around, I am behind. You wake up, you see that piece of news, it's kind of treading on your toes in your industry, and you go, oh God, is it going to wipe out how I earn money? I think an awful lot of people have the impression that everyone else around the table has got pocket aces. No one
No one has.
Around that table really does. Very few companies do. They are MIT released a recent report, which is interesting, where in the companies they analysed, they had a 90% failure rate on their AI initiatives because they're throwing AI on things that
Don't need it.
and are really hard to do.
So you can go on the simple stuff, which I think brings me on to my next question then. If notionally, on the surface, people are at least getting less frightened of simple tools like ChatGPT, which is really just replacing Google in some ways for some people. It's that next level down now. We're starting to break through the initial fear. People are allowed to use Copilot a lot more where people, if they're in Microsoft House. But that next level, creating an agent, doing something a bit more out there, doing the vibe coding thing. So what tips would you give to, bearing in mind our listeners are owners and managers of small and medium-sized businesses, and they want to do this, what tips would you give them to at least get that first bit of momentum going beyond the use of ChatGPT to write an email?
Yeah, so this is where they will hear a lot of conversation this year around the world of agents. It's agents are here and agents are going to do everything.
Yeah, you can now get that ChatGPT's built in, can't you, for their normal Pro
exactly.
subscription?
And this will only continue. And what does this actually mean? Because I think language is important. An agent really is a large language model, which is only a thin slice of the AI world, but it's the slice that we've got a lot of attention on right now. It is a large language model with access to tools. It is a large language model that can search the web for you and pull back more relevant results. Or it could search through your HubSpot CRM and pull out the 10 most likely companies to buy this product or service, let's say. And it is a step change in capability. You think of humanity when we invent fire, the wheel, the spear, the bow, like the capabilities that gives us as a society. That's the same thing for AI. It is breaking AI out of the box, allowing it to do meaningful work. And I think what I would say, entrepreneurs, visionaries, business leaders, we have a lot of big ideas. We get very excited about things. And we want to do the very complex, large transformational projects right off the bat. But you've got to build your competency. You've got to get your organization comfortable with AI. You've got to see the teething issues. You definitely probably don't have the infrastructure in place that you're going to need to do this. So start very small. Go and interview those key team members. Look at their KPIs, look at their OKRs. What is getting in the way of them achieving that? And what you'll find is very small, very simple projects that you could do in a week.
The link to the full episode is in the description. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. And if you enjoyed this video, I think you may like this one too.